Here's an update on what happened in Israel and Palestine on the 3rd of September. Starting with the West Bank. A minister in the Israeli cabinet, Bezalel Smotrich, has unveiled a plan for Israel to annex 82% of the West Bank, and he urged Prime Minister Netanyahu to endorse it. Smotrich presented the plan at a news conference in Jerusalem. He displayed a map showing Israel taking almost the entire West Bank, leaving out only 6 major Palestinian cities, including Ramallah and Nablus. These 6 cities would remain under Palestinian control, and the other 82% of the West Bank would be fully integrated into Israel. Smotrich said that he wanted maximum territory and minimum population to be brought under Israeli sovereignty. So the majority of the Palestinian population in the West Bank lives in these 6 areas that he left out of the map, which is why he doesn't want to annex those areas, because he doesn't want to annex the Palestinian population of the West Bank. He only wants to annex as much of the West Bank's territory as possible. He said that the goal of the sovereignty is to remove, once and for all, a Palestinian state from the agenda. Israeli forces arrested 8 people and demolished homes during raids in the West Bank. They carried a series of violent overnight raids, and according to the Wafa news agency, they carried out field interrogations and arrested 6 people in a town near Jenin. They shot live bullets in the city of Jericho, injuring 2 people. They demolished 2 houses in a town near Bethlehem and fired tear gas to stop locals from intervening. They raided a man's family home in a town near Bethlehem before arresting him, and they arrested a young man in a town near Tulkarem. A young Palestinian man was killed by Israeli forces in a refugee camp east of Nablus in the West Bank. The 25-year-old was killed after Israeli special forces entered the refugee camp using a vehicle bearing a Palestinian license plate, and they surrounded a house, according to the Palestinian news agency Wafa. Reinforcements then entered the camp, firing live ammunition and tear gas canisters. Israeli forces demolished an under construction minaret in a town south of Hebron in the West Bank. The Wafa news agency reported that Israeli forces, accompanied by bulldozers, stormed the town of Dura and forced residents to evacuate, and closed the roads and bulldozed a minaret under construction for the suburb's mosque. Armed Israeli settlers stormed and seized a Palestinian home at the entrance to Hebron's old city. They raised Israeli flags and chanted as they celebrated on the rooftop. Now let's go to Gaza. The Israeli military and Shin Bet announced that the leader of the Mujahideen militant group in the Gaza Strip was killed during a joint operation near Nuseirat. The leader of this group was reportedly responsible for attacks against Israeli soldiers and against Israeli civilians. Israeli officials say that the death of this leader further disrupts the militant group's ability to orchestrate attacks from Gaza. The military of Hamas, the Qassam brigades, says that it attacked Israeli army vehicles in the city of Jabalia. The Qassam brigades do not say whether the attack led to any casualties. An Israeli attack on a house in Gaza City's Daraj neighborhood killed at least 3 people, according to a local hospital report. Another attack on an apartment block on the western side of the city killed 5 more people. Further south, near the Nuseirat camp, an Israeli drone attack wounded 5 people. According to Gaza's Al-Amal hospital, a Palestinian was killed in Israeli artillery shelling of a neighborhood in Khan Yunis. Israeli forces dropped grenades on 3 schools used to shelter displaced Palestinians in Gaza City's Sheikh Radwan neighborhood, causing tents to catch fire, according to Reuters. An ambulance and emergency source reported that 4 Palestinians were killed and many were wounded in an Israeli attack on a house in the Sheikh Radwan neighborhood north of Gaza City. According to the Gaza Emergency and Ambulance Service, 4 Palestinians were killed in the Shujaya neighborhood east of Gaza City. A medical source at Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital said that 6 Palestinians were killed in Israeli shelling of an area in Deir el-Balah and the Maghazi refugee camp. 3 aid seekers were killed by Israeli forces near the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation distribution site in Rafah. This attack also wounded other Palestinians seeking aid. And 5 Palestinians were wounded in a strike targeting an area west of Nuseirat in central Gaza. According to the United Nations Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disability, about 40,500 children in Gaza have suffered new war-related injuries during this war, leaving more than half of them, more than 21,000 children, disabled. According to UNICEF, the United Nations Agency for Child Rights, every child under 5 is at risk of malnutrition in Gaza. That amounts to more than 320,000 Palestinian children. The group said that with famine at risk of spreading, children urgently need a massive influx of humanitarian aid, including specialized nutrition products. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, in the past 24 hours, 6 more Palestinians starved to death, including 1 child. This brings the total number of starvation deaths in the Gaza Strip to 367 people, including 131 children. The Gaza Health Ministry also said that in the past 24 hours, 33 Palestinians were killed and 141 were wounded by Israeli army fire while trying to get humanitarian aid. This brings the total number of Palestinians killed while seeking aid to 2,339, along with 17,000 wounded. In total, in the past 24 hours, the Gaza Health Ministry said that 113 bodies were brought to hospitals and 304 people were injured. This brings the total number of deaths in the Gaza Strip since the war began in 2023 to 63,746, along with 161,245 people wounded. Those are all the updates for today. Thank you for watching.